Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So Kabam has released Quicksilver's and Galan's animations, and they also always give us some ability hints tied to their special attack, so we can kind of try and figure out what their abilities are going to be focused around. Obviously it's still a very fragmented and small insight into what these champions are going to be like, but let's take a look at the trailer of these animations. And then I have taken screenshots that we're going to break down basically each respective special attack effect hints that they are giving us. So this is Galan. It's going to be obviously a version of Galactus before he became Galactus. And then we're going to have Quicksilver obviously joining as well. I do kind of like that they tease him being unable to capture him initially. And Galan is Cosmic Champion. Quicksilver is a Science Champion. I do really like Galan's staff, I must be honest. I think it's really cool that he's basically hitting you with planets. He has Planetary Collapse. I don't think this one's going to be too hard to get away from. Pulsar Burst. This one is definitely going to be much trickier to evade. And then we have level 3, and the level 3 is quite awesome. I like it, because then he becomes huge and he just eats you in a, kind of what you would expect from Galactus. Victory animation is absolutely awesome too, and he just randomly munches on a planet and kind of throws it away, and there are more planets orbiting him. Quicksilver looks like he's gonna have about a 9-hit combo. It really does look like they are taking that multi-hit combo thing far away. Level 1 didn't look too bad to evade. And then we have level 2 obviously, and now we have level 3 now. This is, I think, reference to Days of Future Past, when he was playing the games and doing everything else in the room when they were talking to him. So either way, animations do look quite cool. I can't deny it. Based on that, based on how little information we know about these guys, I am quite excited for them. They do look extremely well. So let's try and break down the special attacks here. Oops, here we are. The Galan Science Champion is the first one. So Galan on level 1 is going to be gaining 4 Fury buffs and convert resistance buffs into planetary mass with the Harvest. So that immediately tells us 3 things. That, number 1, he's going to have some sort of resistance buffs, physical, energy, or whatever other. He's going to have a mechanic called Harvest and planetary mass. Harvest probably going to be, associated with this level 1 where he converts it. And also he's going to have access to Fury buffs. At the very least, from this we can deduce that with a single level 1, he's going to be having at least 4 buffs active, and that means he's going to be able to get quite a lot of buffs. Obviously, it remains to be seen how long these buffs last, how strong they are, but just the fact itself that a single special attack gives you 4 buffs does give us an indication that he could be useful for certain things. Now we have Pulsar Energy Burst. Gain 8 Intensify buffs, and inflict up to 3 Incinerate debuffs. Again, so he's definitely going to be able to access Incinerate effects, which is kind of cool. And we have yet to see what Intensify buffs do. But again, the fact that a single special attack gives you 8 buffs of anything immediately shows that, there's going to be some heavy interactions with buffs. So without knowing anything else about Galan, for instance, can you just imagine Galan working with like buff cornucopia and incursions where you just throw your special attacks and you gain an absolute ton of buffs. Now lastly, level 3, immediately gain 200 planetary mass and refresh the Harvest. So that Harvest, I think, might be some similar mechanic like Black Cat's Heist, where you activate it and then it lasts for a specific amount of time, and then you gain some sort of effect. And it's probably going to be tied into your planetary mass thing. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with it. And I just want to take a screenshot of him munching on a planet. Now with Quicksilver. Level 1, Hypersonic Trampling. Gain 150 momentum charges and increase attack with terminal velocity. So again, we can immediately deduce that the champion is going to revolve around something called momentum charges and terminal velocity, which is going to serve as some sort of increase in his damage output. Level 1, with level 2, inflicted trauma debuff and double whiplash stacks with terminal velocity. And trauma debuff, we know from past, is basically working as a secondary damage source. I think trauma debuff, if I'm not mistaken, is the debuff that Red Guardian uses, or Black Widow Daily Origins. I'm going to double check that in a second. I think that's the debuff of Red Guardian, which basically deals additional percentage of whatever damage you are dealing to your opponent already. Let me just quickly verify that. Where is the bearded Homer? Right. And special attack 2. Fracture removal. 2. On fracture. Yes, trauma. That is the Red Guardian's debuff. So on Red Guardian, we're going to see here what trauma does. Is trauma causes each hit to deal an additional 70% of the damage recently dealt as a burst of physical damage. Max tax 3 in case of Red Guardian. So Quicksilver is also going to have that ability. Hopefully it lasts longer, because in Red Guardian it's impossible to maintain it. Double whiplash stacks with terminal velocity. We do not know exactly what that is set to be yet. And then we have I am speed on level 3. Gain 900 momentum charges and increase whiplash ability accuracy with terminal velocity. Again, in case of Quicksilver, it does tell us quite little, because we do not know how whiplash is going to work, how terminal velocity is going to work, and how his momentum charges are going to be gained exactly. But still, the fact that he's going to have access to trauma, which I think is quite cool debuff, which can enable you to do quite a lot of damage, is definitely useful. So anyways, let me know which animations did you like more, Galan and Quicksilver. What do you think about their character models? Their full deep dives should be coming out on Saturday or Sunday. They normally release them, which I'm obviously going to be doing breakdowns on immediately. But now we are set to receive next month patch notes, Juggernaut buff details, and the rest of the good stuff in about half an hour. So definitely look out for those videos as well. Right, I'm going to catch you guys in just a moment, but that is about it for now. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about